In today's episode, we're making 3 go-to noodles to make at home. First bite will make you wonder where this was your entire life. We'll be making our own chili oil, prepare our meat and toppings, boil the noodles and assemble everything. Let's get to it. Phase 1. Let's make the base of our dishes, the chili oil. You can also make this in batches and store to use whenever you want. This goes literally on any dish that you feel like, so it's a good idea to always have some in your fridge. Grab a pot. So here combine 1.5 cup of a neutral oil. I'm using vegetable oil. It can be avocado oil, canola oil, whatever you prefer. And 1/2 cup of peanut oil. Now, discussion on peanut oil. Ideally, you should be using roasted rapeseed oil, but I went on a wild goose chase. It was practically impossible to get this in Canada. So if any of you guys know where I can procure myself roasted rapeseed oil, please let me know. Next, you're going to add 3 black cardamom pods, 1 stick of cinnamon, 10 cloves of garlic, 1 red onion or 2 shallots, preferably shallots, and 4 to 5 star anise. So we're doing this to infuse the oil with a bit more flavor. We don't want to boil the oil. Now you want to bring this to a slow simmer until the garlic, the shallot are golden in color. You don't want to burn it, so make sure you keep this to a low to medium heat. In the meantime, let's make our dry mix. So in a bowl, combine 2/3 of a cup of Szechuan chili flakes, 10 grams of red Szechuan peppercorns, freshly ground, 10 grams of roasted sesame seeds, 1 teaspoon of MSG, teaspoon of sugar, 1.5 tablespoon of salt. 10 to 15 minutes later, you'll see the garlic has taken a deep brown color. That's how you know it's ready. So what you're going to do next is strain this and put everything back into the pot so that we can bring it back to temperature. You need the oil around 350 degrees before pouring it into your dry mixture. Okay, once it's up to temperature, turn off the gas. Keep your face away from this. This is gonna steam a bit, and the fumes might burn your eyes. Mix everything together well with the oil. Once everything is mixed together properly, just add 1 tablespoon of Chinese black vinegar. Ooh. Now you can set this aside for later use. Phase number 2. Let's cook our meat and prepare the toppings. Grab a pan to medium heat, bit of oil. I'm using around 200 grams of ground chicken, but you can use any meat that you like. Personally, I prefer the texture that you get from the ground chicken. You want to spread this around in your pan as much as possible. We want to create a sear on the meat, and when you add the soy sauce, it kind of crystallizes. In the meantime, we're going to prepare our toppings. Chopped peanuts. You can see all the brown bits. Add a bit of salt. We didn't add any before because it would release the chicken would have released a lot of its water into the pan, which we didn't want. When you want a bit of caramelization, that sear that happens into the pan, the water kind of ruins it. A bit of white pepper. Add a bit of soy sauce, dark soy sauce, and oyster sauce. Get that into a bowl and set aside. Phase number 3. Let's boil the noodle and assemble. First up is chili noodles. I'm using these Chen Ming fin style noodles. In a pot of boiling water, add your noodles. Cook according to the packet instruction, whichever noodle you're getting. In a bowl, put 2 to 3 tablespoons of your chili oil as per your taste. A bit of freshly ground red Szechuan peppercorn. A bit of garlic. Sesame paste to your liking. Some green onions. A bit of your roughly cut peanuts. A bit of chicken broth. Strain and add your noodles. Add your ground meat, bit of green onion, your roasted peanuts, and a bit of the chili oil to finish. Next up is a spicy peanut noodle. I'm using these Taiwanese sliced flat noodles. In a pot of boiling water, add your noodles, and cook according to packet instructions. In a bowl, assemble toasted sesame seeds, a bit of garlic, soy sauce, 1 tablespoon of peanut butter, 1 tablespoon of our chili oil, green onions. Strain and add your noodle. Add a bit of the water you boil the noodles from. Give it a good mix. Top it off with a bit of peanuts, green onions, and there you have it. Okay, on number 3, let's go the extra mile. We're doing the potato spicy noodle. Grab yourself 2 yellow potatoes, peel them off, slice them in half, just so that they boil a bit faster. Add them to a pot of boiling water. Add a bit of salt. And boil until tender. Once they're full tender, just strain them and put them into a bowl. It would be ideal if you had a potato ricer or a masher. I don't have that. I'm gonna have to do it the hard way with a fork. Make sure you get it fine. You wouldn't have this problem with the ricer, to be honest. Next, add potato starch. And you make sure you use potato starch. It doesn't work if you substitute this with tapioca starch or cornstarch. You can add potato starch gradually if you think you need more to get the dough together. Let's add an tiny bit of water. That's enough. Okay, so this is the consistency you're looking for. Try to make this as even as possible. Let's cut the dough. Okay, and then roll them out to the desired thickness. They don't need to be perfect. And put them in a pot of boiling water. Now you're gonna wanna wait until these float to the top. And once you see them floating, you're going to cook them for another 1 to 2 minutes. In the meantime, get your bowl. Let's assemble this. We'll add 1 spoon, 2 spoons of chili oil, green onion, a bit of garlic, sesame seeds, peanut butter, a bit of soy sauce. All right, they should be ready now. Let's take them out and strain them. We're going to top it off with a bit of green onions and a quick touch of our chili oil. I would eat these any day, anytime. These are the 3 go-to noodle recipes that you can make at home. I'll see you next time. Subscribe.